Hi, I'm Kimberly Peterson, Chief of Police with the Fremont Police Department. We're here to welcome you to our very first virtual Building Bridges. The Building Bridges program began back in September of 2017. During a pre-COVID school year, we would have met with you all in person and enjoyed getting to know you. A little something about myself that you might not have known. I am a soccer player, or at least I used to be a soccer player. I actually played soccer in college at Stanford University, and then I played professional soccer in Japan for 2 years, where I studied the language, so now I speak, well, a little bit of Japanese, although it's probably pretty bad by now. I also speak Spanish and, of course, English. I still play soccer, although it is much slower than it used to be 30 years ago. I like to say that I start slow and then taper off. We will miss presenting, showing you our equipment, and giving you the opportunity to meet members of our department, including our canines, which are our dogs. Today, we're going to be speaking with 3 of our police captains who oversee each division of our department. We still felt it was important to share some of our safety messages, and we hope you learned something new from this program and enjoy the videos.
Hi, all you wonderful 6th graders that are part of Fremont Unified School District. I'm Captain Fred Bobbitt, and I just want to take a few minutes to introduce myself. I've been with the police department, believe it or not, 36 years, going all the way back to 1985 when I started as a police explorer. I was really excited, police explorers. It gives you an opportunity to learn about law enforcement. And then in 1997, I became a police officer. And then I eventually promoted to lieutenant. And that was an exciting time for me because I was able to be what we call a watch commander. That's where you're responsible for an entire shift. And then about 6 years ago, I got promoted to captain. And as a captain, I'm a division commander. But the most important thing that I want to share with you is that we have a lot in common. And what that is that I'm proud to say that I grew up in Fremont. I attended Hopkins Junior High, where I met some of my greatest and best friends that I have today, and then I went to Mission San Jose. And I'm just really excited to introduce myself to all of you. Next, I'd like to talk about my division. My division is Professional Support Services. We support basically the field personnel. I have units like our dispatch center, records, property and evidence, and even animal services. So it's a number of units that support field personnel.
I'm Danielle Benavidez. I'm an animal services officer here in the city of Fremont. I take care of all the animals within the city, which means that I enforce all state, local, and city laws pertaining to animals. When I'm not actually here at work, I'm at home taking care of my 3 dogs and my 2 cats. And I enjoy every day what I get to do. I get to hang out with animals here at work, and then I also get to do it at home.
Hi, my name is Nick. I've been a part of the Explorer program for almost 3 years now. I'm currently a sergeant in the program, and some of the responsibilities of the sergeant in the Explorer program are planning out workouts or meetings or presentations that help us learn more about the PD or just law enforcement in general. Some of the things that the Explorers do, we get involved in a lot of community events such as parades, and we even get to do ride-alongs. So I didn't grow up here, but I actually went to high school in Irvington High, where many of you may be going soon. So as you get older, you might be interested in law enforcement, or just if you're not sure what you want to do, it's definitely a good way to get yourself introduced into the community as well as law enforcement in general.
Hello, my name is Tanisha Watts, and I am a property and evidence officer here at Fremont Police Department. I began my career with Fremont Police in 2012. I was initially hired as a police record specialist and shortly thereafter promoted to the position of property and evidence officer. I did possess previous law enforcement agency experience, and I also obtained a Bachelor's of Science degree in criminal justice with a minor in sociology. Here in our property facility, we work in connection with our investigative unit, patrol division, community service officers, the district attorney's office, other law enforcement agencies, and you, the citizens of Fremont. Items are stored in our property facility in 3 categories: evidence, safekeeping, and found property. For the more serious offenses, items will be held in our facility indefinitely. Items are released when a case has been dispositioned in court and when we are able to locate the rightful owner of said items. The position of property and evidence is a very busy and rewarding position. Nothing brings me more pleasure than serving you, the citizens of Fremont. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cathy Medina and I work at the Fremont Police Department in the Records Unit, and I've been here for about 5 years. Currently I'm assigned to help with all the officers' reports. We process them, make sure that they look good before they get sent out over to the DA's office. We also help with non-emergency phone calls that come in that could need further information on reports or just questions in general that could be your parents calling in. I am bilingual. I speak Spanish and English, so I'm able to help the community that comes by that needs the Spanish-speaking translation. I'm a mom of 2 kids, a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I grew up in the city of Fremont. It was nice meeting all of you today, and maybe one day we'll meet soon.
Hi, my name is Shanen Henderson. I'm a records assistant here at the City of Fremont Police Department. I've been here for a little over 1 year. A typical day for me is staffing the front counter and assisting the public. So if you or your parents ever come in, it's likely that I'll be the one to greet you. Aside from that, I do maintain records and file sites. I also enter a lot of the property and firearms that come in through police reports. A fun fact about me is that I like to walk around Lake Elizabeth on the weekend.
Next, we're going to learn about bullying and home safety. But first, let's hear Dispatcher Priya Robles talk about how to call 911.
Hi everyone, my name is Priya and I work for the Fremont Police Department. Today I'd like to discuss with you what you might experience when calling 911. You'll reach someone like me, a public safety dispatcher. We're there to get you through a really rough time. So understand that when you call, we'll do our best to keep you calm. I want you to be aware of the things that we may need from you. One of those things will be your address or the location of where you are. So memorizing your address or an address of a relative if you go there often, like a grandparent or an aunt and uncle, will be important. If you're out and about with your family, maybe looking at a big business, you might be at a Target or a McDonald's or an area where you can read 2 cross streets would really help a dispatcher get you the assistance that you need. One of the things that I notice when people call 911 is they think that we might not be sending help because we're asking a lot of questions. But no, as soon as you get us a location, we will do our best to get you help as soon as possible. Let's start by discussing what I might need from you. If you're having a medical emergency, we may ask you if you have any allergies or any kind of medical conditions so we can start getting you aid while we're on the phone. If you're a victim of a crime, we might ask you what you saw, who the person was, and we usually like to go head to toe. So picture yourself. What are you wearing today? Could it be a hat, a black shirt, blue jeans? How tall? How short? How heavy or how thin is the person? These are all questions you may be asked. If the person that did this crime leaves in a vehicle, what kind of car were they in? What color was the vehicle? Was it a 2-door or 4-door, an SUV? And which way did that car go? As soon as we have this type of information, we can start officers to the area so they could begin to look for the suspects of a crime, or an ambulance will come and look for you. Understand that when you're calling from a cell phone, we'll have a general area of where you're calling from. But if you're inside of a house, everything might look like it's okay on the outside, and an officer might be driving by looking for you, but they may not be able to tell the address. So know that the location is always very important. When you are using a cell phone that might be disconnected, if your parents hand you down one that you might use to look at apps or use the Wi-Fi, that phone can still call 911. If you accidentally dial, please stay on the line and let the dispatcher know that it was an accidental dial. They might ask you some additional questions or want to speak to a parent to verify nothing is wrong. That's absolutely normal. Don't be scared. We're there to help you. You may also dial accidentally from your Apple Watch or from your cell phone. If that does happen, just stay on the line and let the dispatcher know that it was accidental as well, and we can cancel help.
Have your parents help you figure out ways to use your phone as a tool for you to know where you are. You might want to look at the maps and realize, hey, I could look up my coordinates and tell the dispatcher where I am if you're on a trail, hiking with friends or with family members, and you don't have an address. You can also use that map as a way of giving you intersections or cross streets. So make sure you're aware of what your cell phone can do. It can really help you in a time of an emergency. Also, just try your best to remain calm. We will get you the help that you need, and if we ask you to stay on the line, stay with us, and if you have to put the phone down, let us know that you're setting it down, but don't hang up until we tell you to do so. I hope that none of you ever have to call 911, but if you do, know that there are people out there that will help you. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope to speak to you in person soon.
Hi Fremont 6th graders, I'm Yanette Contrada, Public Affairs Specialist with the Fremont Police Department. I'm here today to talk to you about staying home alone safely. If you have to stay home alone, make sure you've had a talk with your parents about how to do it safely. Once they've left, make sure your doors are all locked. If someone were to knock on your door, you want to make sure to announce yourself. Please don't pretend you're not home. You can simply yell out, "Hey, Mom, Dad, somebody's at the door." This will probably make that person believe that someone's in the house. And if you yell out, "Mom or Dad, somebody's at the door," they're going to think there's also adults there. If that person was intending to break into your home, in most cases, they'll move on. They don't want to be confronted by people when they're looking to break into a house. If they continue to knock, make sure you dial 911 right away. Tell the dispatcher you're home alone, give them your address, and provide them your phone number. If that person happens to make their way inside your house, make sure you get out. Talk about this with your parents. Come up with an exit plan, and also talk about who you should go to should you have to leave your house in an emergency. Maybe a family friend or neighbor that you all trust. We're really disappointed we weren't able to come out and spend time with all of you this year at your schools. This would have been our 4th year of our Building Bridges program. I definitely miss spending time with all of you, especially during recess. I look forward to meeting all of you, and please make sure to follow us on our social media pages. You never know when we're having a special event that you can participate in.
Hi 6th graders, my name is Officer Lovano, and I'm here today to talk to you about bullying. Did you know that there's several types of bullying? There's physical bullying, where someone could be hitting, kicking, pushing, tripping, or damaging your personal property. This can many times lead to an injury. Verbal bullying consists of name-calling, teasing, and insults. This form of bullying can start with something small, but can escalate quickly. And lastly, social bullying, which can be lying or spreading rumors, exclusion, or humiliation. And since social bullying is often carried out behind somebody's back, it may be hard for people to recognize. Now I know that being in school is stressful, and bullying is one thing that you shouldn't have to worry about. Together, we can stop bullying. We just have to believe in ourselves. Let's stop bullying together by being tolerant, being kind, respectful, and standing up for each other. If you see some bullying, say something. Say something to a trusted adult like a teacher, office staff, or even the principal. And don't be afraid to tell an adult. Telling isn't tattling, okay? You are helping somebody stand up to bullying. If you feel safe and comfortable, tell the bully what they're doing. And what they're doing is mean and it's wrong. It's not cool, and they should stop. Keep it simple. Do not bully them back. If you're not comfortable standing up to the bully, tell an adult. How many of you guys have seen somebody being bullied? Raise your hand. I see a couple of hands being raised. Now I want to take a moment to talk about bullying bystanders becoming upstanders. Bystanders, if you didn't know, are people who witness bullying in action, who stand and watch, who videotape it and make it viral, but they don't say anything to help that person. Sometimes bystanders are afraid of retaliation and fear that friends will exclude them from helping the other person. When you're a bystander, you're doing nothing. You're sending the message that it's okay to be mean. It's not okay. I know it may be scary sometimes. It takes courage, it takes action, compassion, and all above, a leader to do the right thing. So stand up for others, be the leader, and stop the bullying. Be kind to one another. Give someone a compliment and be a friend. I'm Joel Lovano, and thanks for listening. I have faith in all of you. I have faith in all of you to do the right thing when it comes to bullying. We'll see you next time.